Hi, tonight I'm going to be making homemade carne asada, and first thing I'm going to do is start with the marinade. And I use one of these. It's a Mexican mortar and pestle. I didn't want to butcher the Mexican name for it, but anyway, it's made out of volcanic rock. If you don't have one of these, you can use a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, don't worry about it. Just throw the ingredients in. I'd probably bruise some of the fresh ingredients up with, like a spoon or something, just to get them to kind of bleed a little bit more of the flavor into the marinade. Anyway, I'm going to start off with about a quarter bunch of fresh cilantro, 1 tablespoon black pepper, 1 and 1/2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of cumin, ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of chili powder. I'm using chipotle chili powder, but just regular chili powder does fine. 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano. 1/4 teaspoon of ground clove. Got about 4 cloves of garlic here. These are, my kind of the drier ingredients, and I'm going to throw a little bit of olive oil in here just to kind of help me turn this into a paste. Now I'm going to take the pesto part and just grind it until it turns into a nice paste. Alright, I'm done with the grinding part of this whole operation now. As you can see, I've got the dry ingredients worked into a nice paste along with the fresh herbs and everything. And what I'm going to do now is start incorporating the wet ingredients. Just scoop this out. Use a big glass bowl or whatever. I'm just really against using metal bowls when I'm making any type of marinade, especially one like this, since there's going to be a lot of acid involved. I don't want it to start getting a metal, kind of a metallic flavor to it. All right, I'm going to go with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar. You could use any type of vinegar you want. 1/3 cup of orange juice. 1/3 cup of lime juice. And I'm going to add some beer here. I'm using a Mexican beer. It's Negra Modelo. You can use any beer you want. I don't care what kind of beer you use. And if you don't want to use beer, water works fine. And I don't know, about a half of a beer. So about 8 ounces. Or, hold on, let me do my math here. Yeah, half a beer. Anyway, stir this up. Six ounces. Long day. Okay, now we got our marinade done, and we're gonna start the marinade. First off, I want to show you the type of meat I use. You can use any type of beef you want. I use this. It's flap beef. They also call it ranchera meat in the store that I buy it. You can use any type of beef though. Flank steak. Any thin cut will work great for tacos, but whatever you want. If you want to throw, Kobe New York cut, that's cool too. Okay, I'm going to pour the marinade into the plastic bag now. Start working its magic in there. Now, just for good measure, got 1 freshly cut lime, squeeze that kind of in there. It's going to start breaking down, and a half of an orange, also just freshly cut. And again, by the time I'm done with this marinating process, that fresh fruit, that I just put in there, the slices are actually going to be broken down quite a bit. So there's a lot of acid in there with the vinegar and all that citrus. All right. So what I'm going to do now is put this in the fridge, let it marinate. I'm going to marinate mine for about 4 hours, but I would suggest anywhere between 1 and 6. I wouldn't want to go, overnight or anything with this, just because, again, the amount of acid, you might start kind of cooking the meat like a ceviche. So I'm going to marinate mine for 4 hours, and then we'll start the cut. Okay, so 4 hours have passed, and I'm getting ready to grill now. I got my fire really, really hot. A full Weber chimney, charcoal chimney of charcoal, covering the inside here, you know, the outer edge. And then I've got mesquite chunks burning all over the place. So this is searing hot. These are thin cuts of meat. I'm not going to cook them very long. They've been marinating a long time, so I just want these things to sear the minute they touch this grate. I didn't mention it, by the way. This is 2 pounds of meat. If I was going any higher than 2, I would have doubled the ingredients, the amount of ingredients I put in on the marinade. We're going for like medium rare, and I want a nice char on the outside. That's what I'm looking for, a nice little bit of char there. Alright, these guys are done. I can take these off. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we make our tacos here. Alright, so first things first. 2 flour tortillas. These things are actually freshly made today. Just warm them up a little bit on the grill here. Laugh at my knife. This thing, it's razor sharp. It's got the weight. It's perfect for cutting meat like this. Okay, take tortillas, one on top of the other. Then I take it's an avocado salsa. It's called agua conte. It's avocado, tomatillo, and some habanero, so it's got some kick. Lay the meat down. I personally am a big fan of avocado, so I'm going to lay another piece of avocado down there. A little cilantro. Some salsa mexicana, which is tomatoes, onions, cilantro, and some peppers. And a little cotija cheese. There you go. Thank you for watching.